Okay, people, in case you don't know, in case you're unfamiliar, in case you have not heard, the Boruto anime here soon. Next episode, in fact, episode 181 begins the stuff that the manga did that was amazing. It's great stuff. In case you missed it, there was a trailer that premiered at Jump Festa 2021 of Boruto versus the guy that has been foreshadowed since episode 1, Kawaki, and the trailer looked gorgeous. You can check out my reaction and my analysis of it. I'll link it in the description below so you can see what's going on there, but that's supposed to be some great stuff. And based on the preview we got for episode 181, in fact, based on episode 180 of Boruto, there's already setups there that you kinda, if you're gonna just jump straight into 181, I mean, you can, and I'm sure you're gonna have a blast because it's gonna be great, but episode 180 already starts to set things up that you're gonna kind of be like, damn, I wonder what's going on. You're gonna be a little bit lost with some small minor details, but there's still setups in episode 180 alone, a major setup, because it was an episode focused in on Mujino. Now, in case you don't know who Mujino is, he's somebody that is like Konohamaru's like friend. He's a shinobi. He's at first, like, to be honest with you, I didn't care, and in the manga I did not care at all for Mujino. So kudos to the Boruto anime, kudos to Studio Pierrot. Yes, I'm saying Pierrot from now on, not Period anymore. I've said Period for 10 years. We're going with the actual pronunciation. Studio Pierrot did their thing with Mujino, okay? Because, like, I did not care for him at all. In the manga, he was a nobody to me. He was a scrub. He just was there for me in the manga. The anime, between the missions that they had him in thus far, but then this episode, they know what they're doing with this episode 180, of setting things up with Mujino and his backstory and whatnot. I mean, to give a brief idea of what happened, the episode was his backstory in a way of how he came to Konoha. He was originally an assassin. He went to kill the third Hokage. So again, episode 180, I feel as though it's somewhat of an important episode, a prelude in a sense to what's to come with the whole vessel and everything with Kara and whatnot, because this guy Mujino, you see his backstory with the third Hokage, you see certain elements, like there's one element in particular that is very important to the vessel, this guy Kawaki and whatnot, and you're gonna understand in due time, because there's a part with Himawari. She just got this vase for her mom. I think either she made it or she bought it. I want to say she made it, and she's putting together this vase for her mother. That's going to be important. Also, a prosthetic arm that Katsuki gave Naruto in this episode, gonna be important in this upcoming arc. So there's some elements in this episode that I feel as though are important. Yeah, there's some filler in here, but to be honest with you, in general, it was just a really good episode. Mujino, how he got to Konoha, like I said, an assassin sent to kill the third Hokage. Hiruzen understood what was going on, managed to help Mujino in the end, and it was just really tragic, because now that I think about it, when Mujino came to kill the third Hokage, he had a curse seal around his like neck, and don't get me wrong, it's not like that's exclusive to Orochimaru, but I wouldn't be surprised if Orochimaru sent Mujino or in some capacity, whether it be like through a third party or something, to kill the third Hokage, because there was those two dudes or whatever, but those two dudes could have been hired by Orochimaru. We just don't know. But either way, just his importance and his relationship with like Boruto and whatnot, because he never even told Konohamaru this, that essentially he stabbed the third Hokage and was there to kill the third Hokage, and the way he came to Konoha was after all that, the third Hokage, despite the fact that he neglected Naruto and didn't live up to, you know, Naruto's dying father's wishes of, hey, take care of my son, don't make him ostracized throughout the village. Why, Hiruzen? Why are you such a cold man? No. But, you know, he was so benevolent that he actually wrote a letter of like, yo, let him into the village. Unfortunately, by the time Mujino came back to the village, Orochimaru had invaded. Again, this is the past. This is like during like Naruto, because when he came back with the letter, the funeral was going on at that point of Hiruzen, again, from Orochimaru's attack on the village, and he's seen Konohamaru crying, and it was just really, really heart-touching. And then even finding out about Mujino's personality, because at first, throughout the episode, there's people saying like, yo, you ain't pay your tab, and I'm thinking, oh, Mujino's a bum, huh? He likes to dine and dash on motherfuckers, but apparently, like, he's actually so pure of heart. Like, a kid said, yo, my sister's real sick, can you give me some bread? And he just dished out everything out of his wallet. So, like, he's a really, really dope dude. Like, Mujino, this episode actually, and a couple of other episodes as well, but this episode cemented, like, man, I like this guy. Studio Pierrot, why are you making me like this guy? And there also was some foreshadowing of whatever is to come, because there was an old lady that told the prophecy, and I feel as though this has been said before a few episodes ago, but an old lady, a fortune teller, told Mujino that there's a shadow of death looming for a friend of his. Who's the friend? Probably Konohamaru, right? So like that's one of the things that is kind of like foreshadowing something bad is going to happen. But it was just a great episode. Again, I feel as though if you want to get into the next upcoming episodes, you can already watch episode 180. Yeah, it's filler, it's anime extensions, whatever you want to call it, but it was a good one, and it's giving you a lot of context into this guy Mujino. So yeah, really dope episode. And again, episode 181, the vessel, is where everything begins, because we actually got a preview of that, and man, oh man, because again, another setup from episode 180, Konohamaru was called away and Mujino's supposed to join him for this investigation, because apparently some sort of crash happened of like a blimp of some sorts, and they got to go check it out. And you see in the preview, it was really dark and ominous, because you got, I want to say that was Jigen that was narrating the preview, and you see him, even a couple of shots of him as well, like he seemingly is the leader of Kara. But you see Konohamaru and Mujino, they're investigating this crash site of like a blimp of sorts, and you see they're even opening up like this, it looks like a damn casket or some shit like that, or like where, you know, the vampires sleep. I think they sleep in caskets, right? Like it was really bizarre. And again, throughout the narration, Jigen's talking about, so we lost the vessel and whatnot. So you got to imagine that what they're looking into is the vessel was inside of that blimp, because again, a couple episodes ago, I believe Victor, he had the vessel inside of his blimp, and an explosion went down. So yeah, a lot of really interesting stuff. There's even in the preview, you got, it looks like it's Boruto versus Naruto, and I kind of slightly remember some of that from the manga, and that shit looks great too. Like, it's gonna be a long wait, because I believe the Boruto anime doesn't return until next year. I don't think we have an episode next week, because, you know, New Year's and all that stuff, so it'll be the following week. It's gonna be a grueling wait, because we've been waiting 2 to 3 years for this. Like, it was about, I want to say either 2017 or 2018 that we started the Kara arc, that the Boruto manga finally got out of the Boruto Naruto, the movie stuff, and even the Mujina Bandit stuff, and then we got to this, and we're here, and it looks as though they're giving it their all. It looks as though from the trailer that we got of Boruto versus Kawaki, that's gonna look great, and the vessel begins 181. We got Naruto versus Boruto, just a whole bunch of stuff. This video is more so like a news / mini analysis of episode 180, and 181's preview is like, this is going to be great. 2021, Boruto is going to start off the very first episode of the year, just kicking major tail, and I'm all here for it. Curious what you guys think. If you've seen episode 180, how do you feel about Mujino going into this arc, this whole stuff that we got to go on right now? Did it make you like the character, finding out his backstory and his connection to the third Hokage? What are your thoughts on that? Your expectations for the vessel arc, if you're an anime only, any surprises that you're hoping happen, or just in general? Like, I'm really curious to see both manga readers, what their expectations are, and anime only fans, what their expectations are for the upcoming vessel arc, because it's going to be the biggest thing to happen to the Boruto anime thus far. And oh my god, I can't wait. That preview though, Jigen's voice actor narrating. However, that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in. And yo, 2021, it's the year of Boruto. The very first episode is going to show what we're in store for, and again, I am all here for it. Let's do it, Kawaki. Let's get it started. It's nights like this, and times like this, what's that I can give another hit. But I've got this inside a switch, a natural